Hello everyone. Today we are going to design metal displacement shader and we are going to work on a trunk project. So we already designed a trunk and we applied metal material on these areas of our trunk, and we used glossy shader for these areas. But today we're going to add more texture and we're going to work with nodes in Blender. Let me show you first the metal at the end, how it's going to look like. So this is the metal that we're going to design. This is not a like a smooth edge. It has some texture, and also it is glossy. So the first thing that I want to do, I want to divide my workspace in three different areas. One I want to have like in render mode, which we have. The other one, I want to have material, and the third one is going to be my nodes. So I want to have node editor. Okay, and because I selected these areas, so if I go to materials, I can see that I have this wood and this metal material. For this tutorial, we're going to work on metal tutorial. As you can see, we have some nodes already here. This is the glossy BSDF. This is a shader node in Blender, and we're going to add texture. This monkey head here shows me the changes. I also can see the changes in the render mode that I have in this window at the same time. So the first thing that I'm going to add, the first node actually that I'm going to add is going to be wave texture. So Shift A on your keyboard and search for wave texture. Well, the color output is going to be connected to the displacement input for the material output. And when you do that, immediately you will see some waves on the monkey head and also on these metal areas of your trunk. Now, I want to play with these numbers to create something like a bump that I showed you before. So the first thing that I'm going to change is distortion. So I'm going to change this one to something like maybe 20 or 21. And then for details, obviously for adding more detail to it, I'm going to change this one to 16 or maybe between 16 to 20. I think what works perfectly for us. So I changed it to 16, and you can already see the changes on the monkey head and like all of those bumps and everything, all of those waves, and then again I want to change this detail scale to something around 10 or maybe it's maybe 9.8, maybe 9.8. And yeah, you can see like all the changes, but this is not exactly what we want. It is like, it's actually nonsense. So I want to reverse all of those adjectives by adding a mix RGB node. So Shift A again, and this time search for mix, and I have two options. I have mix shaders, which is for mixing two different shaders, and I have mix RGB. In our case, we are going to use mix RGB. So select that one, and then Yeah, like that. So the color output is going to be connected to the displacement, and then the color output of wave texture is going to be connected in the second color of or mixed, and we don't need the other one. Yep. Now I'm going to change the strength. I'm going to change the strength to something very less than that, maybe um, I think 0 point or 45. Yeah, and change this mix to um, multiply, and this is exactly what we are after. So if I change my lights to get maybe better. So now you can see changes in the on the metal here. So whenever you want to work with shaders and nodes, you should be very patient. You need to work with them until you get the result that you are after. I'll put together something like a reference notes for you, and I put that on Moodle, so you can refer to that, and there are all the notes that you have in the Blender, and like descriptions of all the nodes that you can use for creating shaders and playing with the materials. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.